Oh.
Who
Oh,
has? Oh,
I
Mikey.
think I think it died.
Okay, I thought it was me, as I was
No,
just.
Uh,
no. Sorry.
we can back.
I think we're back. Are we back? Chat, are we back?
Yeah, I, I think yes.
Okay, Bothic says we're back. Chat, are we back? Anyone else confirm we are? Okay. I don't know what
I,
happened. I don't know
I'm
what
really
happened.
happy that was not a problem on my side because
No.
I have a lot
Yeah,
of
I thought
problems with
same.
internet the
Okay.
last 2 weeks.
Okay, no problem. Okay, everyone's saying we're back. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I have no answer. So, but as long as we're back, we're good. Uh, cool. So,
What is the question?
Andy, I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna go back like 30 seconds, okay?
Definitely.
um, on YouTube, Crash was direct. Oh, okay, maybe it was a YouTube thing. I don't know because all of a sudden I saw that like this everything just froze. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a hiccup. Anyways, I'm gonna ask again. So the way that the players are going to be able to collect the collectibles within the game is what's already in the build. Is it final, or is that like the general direction that we're gonna go to have players collect collectibles in the game?
Almost final. We want to polish some things, but generally the idea, the flow of this feature is final.
Okay, cool. You know, I'm getting a lot of experience for collecting these collectibles. I'm already level 4, and I think each collectible was giving me around 1500 XP. And if you guys see on the right side over here, it's like out of 4000. Is it going to be harder and harder to earn experience? Like, is it going to take, maybe not harder, but is it going to take more time to earn more experience the higher level you get?
Yeah, also in every game, the first levels are easy to achieve, and later levels are harder. So yeah.
Everything will be subject to the balance for sure, and the multiple
Exactly.
iteration of it. It hasn't even started yet because it's quite early. I presume so everything will be on Andrei somewhere in the future, including the all kind of resources from money to XP. And everything that is happening around, like for example, a time of the signals will be like included in the balance because everything is connected in the world, everything is systemic, and has
Yeah,
impact on each other.
it will be hard, very hard to be honest, and we will start doing it in the next few weeks because it's the final time to do that.
Gonna be some busy time with this because
Yeah,
it's never ending after one time. It's iterative.
yeah, it's iteration.
Yep, very true. It's always iteration upon iteration. I think in this portion of the map, every time I drive through it, the assets always loading at the last second. But this part of the map actually is really nice. Like once everything loads in, it looks pretty freaking good. Oh, and we did add other drivers into the NPC cars, right? We didn't have that before. So if you want to look over at your neighboring driver, you can, and you'll see a friendly NPC face just going along its day. So, and then yeah, boom, there we go. Okay, them trees though. Yeah, so here we are, in another part of the city. And we're going to pick up our first passenger. I believe we're almost there. Actually, going a little bit back to the landmarks, I remembered that the player can also see on the mini map where the landmarks are located with like a little bit of a eye icon, correct?
The icon is to discuss I think, but yeah, we want to add this information on minimap.
Actually,
Yeah. So
just
Yeah,
today, just early today, you had a discussion on this.
yes,
What should we display on the mini map, and to look slightly different from the map because it's some sort of a different feature. So it cannot be that much clustered as the big map is. So the mini map will feature a little bit less of icons to avoid the congestion or anything. To make it easier to traverse throughout the city, not the other way around.
yeah, and I want to add that we will have also other things to find in the Barcelona, not only famous buildings and monuments.
yes, absolutely. We want to make it as clear cut for the players as possible when navigating through the city or trying to find a location on the map itself, right? Because the map is pretty big. The map is pretty big. There, like right now, there's a lot of icons on it. I think we're gonna cut down on the icons a little bit, right? Because there's a lot of them, but you know, like the final version of the game, there's not gonna be that many. So here we are. I'm gonna pick up my first passenger. I think there's a little, there's a little problem with the placement of this location here, but not all of them will look like this. Usually there'll be a passenger just waiting on the side of the road. This one, oh, he's actually in the vehicle right there. Cool. Let's just call him Bob, and me and Bob are going to go take him to the land of rainbows in Barcelona. And that'll be about it for the gameplay portion, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys thought about that. Every month we're going to be updating you guys on the status of the game, showing you guys what we've been working on. And if you like it, if you don't like it, please leave us feedback. The Discord channel is open. There's a feedback channel. Comment. We'll be more than happy to listen to you and take your feedback into consideration. So, okay, we have some time left for Q&A. So I'm going to be going. I saw that during the gameplay we had a good amount of questions, so I'll be going through them right now, and we're going to answer them for you all. So, first question from Micro Raptor Games. Excuse me. Will we be able to see passengers physically enter the taxi? Andy.
Unfortunately, no. Of course, there will be animation of entering the car, but it will not look like in GTA, for example. So
It will be
Awesome.
simplified, to be short.
sorry.
It will be simplified.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. Thank you for that, guys. Let's see here. Will the mirrors be fixed to display assets behind you with greater detail? It hurts immersion to have such low amount of detail there and assets being unloaded behind you. So as far as I know, that vehicle in particular, I don't know what is up with the second pawn there, Andy, but that one in particular, for some reason, we're having problems with the mirror. But for the most part, the mirrors inside your side mirrors and then your main mirror, they should have a good amount of detail in them when you're in first person view, for example, right? So you'll be able to like see who's next to you and if you're backing up against a wall, for example, right?
Yeah, we are still working on the mirrors. We know that they need to be improved, and we want to do that. We will see how many details we can add to the mirrors to not break performance. But probably we'll give some options in option menu to make players able to adjust the quality of it. I think it is a good approach.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good solution to give people that option to see, like how much detail they want in the mirrors. Because like I said, I'm not like a technical guy or anything, but I can imagine that like programming. I mean, I know it might sound like a simple and silly thing, like mirrors in a car, right? But programming mirrors in like a simulation game to make them look good, it's probably not like an easy task. Alex, you've probably experienced this firsthand with our programmers, right?
Yeah, sure. Like this is kind of a very recent topic that we are having actually in the current sprint, because we already received some feedback on this before, and we are noticing it ourselves, that there is an issue with with both the detail and the angle actually of the mirrors. I guess that they don't really show anything that's helpful on the road. So we are working on this right now, and to simply put this, it's some kind of a rendered. It's not the actual mirror, of course. It's like a camera set in the front of the car and split in three. Because mirror would kill the performance as far as I'm concerned. So this is kind of a trick that the developers use to make things work. So yeah, but for sure we'll be changing not only the level of details in the distance, but also the angles that will actually allow to park or actually see the cars, the other cars, the NPC cars in the proper proximity from your car. So there is a lot of things to be done, and we are aware of that. But thank you guys for noticing that.
Yeah. Thank you for all of those eagle-eyed gamers out there. And that was a good explanation. I learn something every day working at Simtract, and I didn't know that there was like a little game dev trick that we're using. I didn't know those were cameras that we were using. That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, the problem with mirrors is that you have to render the environment 2 times if you want to make the same quality, exactly the same quality. And to make it possible and not break the performance, you have to make tricks.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Thank you for that explanation, to both of you. Thank you so much. All right, going on to the next question here. So collectibles are like famous Barcelona spots and buildings. Yeah, basically, they're just like very popular locations. Whether it's going to be like Ciutadella Park or a famous street or even graffiti, for example. There's a lot of really nice street art in real Barcelona, and in our digital version of Barcelona, there will also be street art that's represented in real Barcelona in our game. Remember, guys, we're making this game in a 1-to-1 scale, so everything that you would see in real Barcelona, you would see in our game, whether it's landmarks, street art, or even maybe a famous intersection. Now, it's not the entire city of Barcelona, right? It's not going to be the entire city, but it's going to be a good chunk of the city. So like 7-8 kilometers squared, something like that.
And in case of graffitis, probably not all graffitis
Yeah,
there are
maybe
in
not like
Barcelona.
every single graffiti that
Yeah.
like some guy wrote on a wall, but I think the most noticeable ones, right? Like the ones that are most popular right?
Not exactly. It's a more complex thing, but we have in the game we have graffitis which are made by a Spanish artist which made the graffiti. So this is the.
Very nice.
Uh,
Very nice. Good to know.
so it's not exactly the graffiti you can find in
Right.
Barcelona in these places, but real Spanish graffitis.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, okay, next question. For those that may not care about collectibles, what else is there to do outside of randomly generated clients? Good question. So, sort of the end game goal, I guess you could call it, would be for players to start opening and running their own transportation company, right? And you saw some examples of this transportation company, for example, in the perks. You'll be able to hire fire drivers. You'll be able to manage your finances. Andy, are we going to be able to purchase real estate like car washes and stuff like that?
It is a still open question. We really wanted to add this, but there's still lots of things to do, and we will see.
Okay, very nice. So yeah, there's going to be another level of immersion for players that are looking for that little bit of extra content besides driving around the city, getting to know the story. Because is there going to be like a main storyline?
No,
No.
there will be
Okay.
no storyline, but we will have dialogues in the game. Because, as you know, the part of being a driver, taxi driver, is conversation with people, and you can do it in the taxi life. So sometimes the client want to talk, and you can do that, or you can ignore him. Of course, it will have influence on his patients, and finally on the tip and mark and experience points you can get. Uh,
Yeah, so that's actually pretty cool. So instead of like how in most games there's like one main story that you could follow and then like you could do like some side quests, there's going to be a bunch of different mini storylines that you could follow by picking up different customers, correct?
Not exactly. Dialogues.
Dialogues. There you go.
It's more like chit chats
Right. Right.
than story.
But each person that has a dialogue has like a different story to tell, right? Like they're like one guy won the lottery, another guy's like a business guy, and he's like waiting for his meeting, or he's in a rush for his meeting, stuff like that, right?
It's I think it will be less complex, but yeah.
Very nice, cool. Let's see, moving on. We have anything else? Wow, that camera shake when you hit other objects is crazy. Maybe gotta tone that down a little bit. Yeah, I do agree. It's a little crazy. I think we even talked about Andy about like even having like a slider for that. Like how much camera shake do you really want? Right? Because right now, I mean, when we showed the gameplay, like you saw as well as I did, right? Like I hit that car and it was just like just going crazy, right?
Yeah, of course. We are still. The camera has to be reiterate a bit, so and balanced, of course, too.
Yep, very good. Uh, Also, when driving in real life, taxi drivers traditionally have to carefully manage time of day. This is part of the emergent gameplay of driving. How does the time of day or day of week affect the gameplay? Right now, it doesn't look like there's much of a change. So time of day will have an effect on your driving, right? So just how it is, because that clip that we shown you guys, it was just mostly during the day. I think it was like 12 or 1 p.m. But, and feel free to iterate upon this some more, guys. Um, in the morning times, for example, there'll be, everyone's getting ready for work. There's going to be rush hour, right? There's going to be more traffic than usual. Um, and for example, when it rains, right? People are going to drive slower. The AI is going to drive slower. You might have to you might have to brake earlier, right? In order to avoid an accident, right? So at nighttime, there's less traffic, right? Um, Andy, am I saying things correctly?
Almost, yes. Yeah, the traffic in the night will be mm, lower, and during the rush hours, it will be more cars on the road, and there will be different type of different type yeah, different types of tasks during rush hours done in the night, and in the night, in some hours, not exactly in the night, there will be less jobs to take, and there will be hours where the jobs will be more profitable. So generally, this is the impact of the hours on the gameplay.
Very nice. Are we planning on adding any Easter eggs to the game? It's a good question. Are we?
Yeah, I plan it, but we will see if we will have time. Yeah, definitely.
I think that'll be fun, right?
Yeah,
Right.
the funniest part of designing. Uh,
You
but
can just like leave a little surprise as Andy, the game designer, for someone to find, right? Yeah, very cool. I love Easter eggs. I love finding Easter eggs in games, especially when they're like pop culture ones. You're like, oh, this is from this movie and it's in this shooting game, for example, right?
yeah, this is the best Easter eggs.
Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, last question here. So do businessmen want to go to business area or the party goers to the commercial districts? So, Andy, and again, correct me if I'm wrong here. So there will be like business areas, right? Like where people are trying to get there fast, they're trying to go to work. And then, for example, there might be random events on the street, right? That will influence on the way that you drive, right? So there might be an accident, there might be a police blockade or something like that, right?
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah, we will have a few event in the game area, and a few events can happen in the car. Mm, I don't want to say more about it right now, but yeah, we definitely plan do something like that.
very nice, very nice. Uh, Post launch update. You mean after we launch the game? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be some updates. Most definitely. Okay, guys. I think that is about it. It's already been an hour, almost about 50 minutes. Um, Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. This week, tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to be putting out another developer blog. So for those of you that are watching the VOD of this stream, or maybe you didn't watch the entire stream, you'll be able to catch the entire developer blog that I will post on our Steam page. And I'm going to be talking about some of the things we talked about today and some of the plans that we have for the future. And in that case, I wanted to thank everybody for watching, all of the audience. You guys are awesome. And most importantly, thank you, Alex, and thank you, Andy, for spending your very, very valuable time on the stream so we can talk about the game. As always, it's a pleasure to work and stream with you guys. So I appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Awesome.
Also.
Stay tuned, everybody. Join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter. And until next month, maybe around the 20th April, maybe we'll do an April Fool's stream. We'll have some tricks up our sleeves. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you guys in April. Have a fantastic rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.